Hey, my loves. Yes, as stated, welcome to my new segment, Reimagined. Let's personalize and fall in love with our wardrobes together. So, today is the turn of our KIKI Tie Neck top. Although I do love wearing this top, I think it's about 2 years old actually. I currently want more drama in my wardrobe. So I'll show you how I made some small additions and transformed this top into a more exciting version of itself. So I was thinking, I put the top on a stand and was visualizing what do I want to do with it. I knew I wanted some drama, so I decided on ruffles. I do tend to do a lot of my processes by eye, and this was no different. I didn't want the placement of the ruffles to be too far up on the shoulders, and I didn't want them to be too low, because obviously that can affect the style of the top. I also knew that the ruffles needed to be large and shaped so that they could easily tuck into high-waisted trousers or skirts. Do the same on the back, measure from the shoulder down to where the waistband is. So obviously the back will be shorter because we don't have boobies on our back. So I got some pattern card and drew a line like so. I estimated the ruffle width would be around 20 centimeters wide in the main area, and then it will taper and get smaller where it gets to the end of the actual ruffle. And I stuck with that number and it worked perfectly. As you can see, I'm starting to taper the end of the ruffle because I don't want it to have like a square bottom. I want it to have a nice rounded bottom, so that I want it to round up near the end so it just looks more elegant. You'll see when I make it up. What I love about reimagining is the changes you're going to make don't have to be huge. I am truly the most convoluted designer when I'm making things from scratch. So if I was starting this whole top from new, I would have probably cut the bodice and hidden the ruffles in a seam of some sort. But I'm not obviously going to do that here. My machinist loves me. Not really, they're always saying that I'm so extra, but this feels like a holiday. Now I've purposely kept a seam in the shoulder joints. I could have made it one piece, the front and the back, but I felt the seam will assist the ruffles to stand up at the shoulders, and that's what I want. I've made the patterns. I'm going to just go with it and I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's cut it out in the fabric. The beauty is, it's up to you when you're reimagining. You can choose the fabric of your choice. I could have used a contrasting denim or something like that to make it more exciting. But for me, I'm going to stick with the same fabric on this occasion, because if I had used denim, it would only really look good if I wore it with denim. So let's make the ruffles. We've made the pattern and we're going to run with it. We'll make it work, we'll make it work. Stitch the front shoulder and back together. Make sure that they mirror one another for both shoulders, like so. We don't want to be getting them confused, so make sure they are like mirror images of each other. And the way to make sure you can see which is the front and what is the back, in other words, what's on the outside and what's on the inside of the pattern, which side do you attach to the fabric. Where I've notched it here is an indicator that that's the side that you sew to the actual bodice of the top. Now pin and stitch, zigzag the edges. And obviously you can see which one is the front and which one is the back, because the front one is longer. So zigzag the outer edge and we are going to turn it over 0.7 centimeters and stitch. Next, we're going to make the gathers. Set your machine tension to 0 and make the stitch size the largest on your machine. Now you're going to just stitch like 0.5 centimeters along the edge. So just 0.5 centimeters in, and then you're going to stitch all the way down, and you're going to leave some allowance on each end of the thread for pulling. So normally you're going to do 2 stitches and then you're going to pull both of them, but I'm going to be really lazy. This is just reimagining. And I'm just going to do it once and I'm going to pull it. All that's left is to attach it to the top. I place the ruffle on the top, right side up, and then I flip it so that the edge of the ruffle meets the line that you have marked on your top. Pin the shoulder seams together to start with. Then go to the bottom of the ruffle and pin the bottom to the end marking that you've made on your top. Make sure the ruffle length matches and it fits, and then that it lies flat, there's no pulling, then stitch. Looks good. Looks perfect. Finally, we are going to top stitch the ruffle close to the seam for support. Now that's finished. Let's see what it looks like. So here it is. What do you think? I've decided to thread it around the neck differently from what I had originally done. You can wear it both ways. I love it. I really do. As I've said earlier, it looks fantastic with both a skirt and with wide leg trousers. I hope you like it. I hope you actually try it actually. Obviously you can add ruffles to anything you own. It doesn't have to be something, obviously this exact top, but you can add ruffles to anything. Why not try it?